Hello student. So let us start our discussion. In previous video, we have discussed what is the risk pipeline, and there we have discussed the delayed load and delayed branch. So now we will start our discussion with vector processing. Now you know that machine learning and artificial intelligence, these two are the booming words nowadays. So here vector processing can be very helpful. Okay, so where we can use the vector processing, for example, for weather forecasting, which is basically part of machine learning, then mathematical operation, then in medical science. So wherever you need to process the data in form of array, okay. So at that time we can go with the vector processing. Now here, how vector processing will work. In vector processing, we will have multiple data, okay, and same instruction will be implemented on different type of data. For example, we want to perform the addition of two array. Let's say we are having an array of 100 and another array b of 100, okay, and we want to store that result into c of 100. Okay, so here you can see here we are having total 100 pair of A and B, and on each pair we will perform the same operation. Okay, here the all the operation means all the 100 operations are completely independent, so we can execute them in parallel. Okay, so this operation can be specified in a single vector instruction form. Okay, like C, then 1 200 equals to A 1 200 plus B 1 200. So in this form it can be represented. Here vector instruction include the starting or initial address of the operand or first address of an array, and then size of the array. Okay, so computer will have idea that up to which range it has to perform the computation. Okay, so if we try to if we try to draw an instruction format for vector processing, okay, then it will look like this. Here first element will be opcode, which will specify the operation. Okay, next will be the base address one, okay, or source one base address, source one base address. Then there will be source 2 base address. Next will be destination base address, and last will be the vector length. Okay, so if we try to represent the instruction format for vector processing, then it will look like this. First portion is OP code, next one is source 1 base address, then next will be source 2 base address, next will be destination base address, and last will be the vector length. Okay, here length of the both vector means A and B, and source 1 and source B must be same. Okay, so this is how a vector operation can be represented using instruction format. Now how it can be helpful, for example, let's take a simple example of matrix multiplication. Okay, so let's say we are having two matrix of 3 by 3. So A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, and B, B11, B12, B13, B21, B22, B23, B31, B32, B33, and accordingly we will get answer in vector C, C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, C33. Okay, so if we want to calculate the value for any of this operation, okay, then how it will be done? So let me try to write that expression. Okay, so for simple, let's say if we want to calculate the value of C11, okay, then it will be like C11 equals to A11 into B11 plus A12 into B21 plus A13 into B31. Clear? Okay, means from this matrix we will take row, and from this matrix we will take column. Okay, so we will get the value of C11. If we want to calculate the value of C12, then instead of this first column we will take the second column. Here you can see that calculation of this individual cell or individual position, okay, C11, C12, 13, it is completely independent of value of let's say C13 is independent of C12, C11, or C21, 22, C23, C31, 32, 33. Okay, so means all these value are totally independent. So here in this case we can go with the vector processing. Now let's take another example. Here let's say we are having two matrix, okay, same as this, and we want to calculate the inner product of A and B. Okay, so we want to perform A dot B. Okay, so how it will be performed? So we will assume that A and B are linear, or you can say one dimensional matrix or array. So this is also one dimensional array, means it is list A and B. So this is A and this is B. So if we want to perform the inner product of A and B, then how inner product will be performed? See, A1 into B1 plus A2 into B2 plus A3 into B3, likewise AN into BN. Now if we want to implement the pipeline for this vector processing inner product, okay, so that we can implement like this. Here we are taking this example because it is easy to understand. So how this will work? So here we will have set of registers in processor. In, let's say, in vector processor, it can be built like there will be larger number of register inside the vector processor, and all the operand will be retrieved into you can say CPU registers, and from there it will be directly manipulated. So here we will have values like A1, B1, A2, A3, A4, likewise AN, B2, B3, B4, likewise BN. Yes, clear? So here this pipeline will be divided into two parts: multiplier pipeline and adder pipeline. What multiplier pipeline will do? Multiplier pipeline will perform the multiplication of A and B, and adder pipeline will perform the addition. Okay, clear? So let's see how it will work. So here A1 and B1 will be fed first, so there will be multiplication of A1 and B1. Then in next clock cycle, this one A1 B1 multiplication will be here. Here there will be A2 B2. Next clock cycle, this 1 will be here, 2 will be here, and 3 will be here. Okay, next clock cycle, 1 will be here, 2 will be here, 3 will be here, 4 will be here. Okay, from in next 4 cycle, this 1 will be here, 2 will be here, 3 will be here, 4 will be here, and here 5 6 7 8 means A8 B8, A7 B7, multiplication of A7 B7, multiplication of A6 B6, multiplication of A5 B5. Now next cycle onwards, 2 will come here, and this 1 will be added to, means add A1 dot B1 will be added to A5 dot B5 into this cell. Okay, clear? So in this position, this product of A1 B1 will be added to product of A5 B5. Similarly, all the element will be added. So as soon as the new element will enter into the pipeline, it will be added with the first element will be added to the last element. Okay, so at the end we will have 4 values into the pipeline. Okay, and then using adder circuit, those 4 value will be added, and we will get the inner product. Okay, so at the end of the execution, we will have final 4 value x1, x2, x3 and x4. Means once the array is over, then here 0 will be added into the pipeline, and then everything will be added at this position. Okay, and then we will have final answer as an output. So this is how vector processing will take place. In next topic, we will try to discuss what is memory interleaving. Okay, so in this tutorial we will keep up to this. More we will discuss in next tutorial. Thank you.